The woman on platform 8.
I was a 12-year-old boy sitting on platform number 8 at Ambala station, waiting for the northern bound train. It was my second year at boarding school, and my parents considered me old enough to travel alone. I arrived in Ambala early in the evening and had to wait till midnight for my train. Most of the time I had been pacing up and down the platform, browsing at the bookstall, or feeding broken biscuits to stray dogs. I was observing the bustling crowds, and a tide of people would sweep down upon the nervous little ticket collector. I was tired of this constant rush, sat down on my suitcase, and gazed dismally across the tracks. I noticed the vendors' cries, who sold curds and lemon, but lost interest in the busy platform. I continued to stare across the railway tracks, feeling bored and a little lonely.
Are you all alone, my son?
Asked a woman behind me with no jewels, and was dressed in simple white sari, with a soft voice. Yes, I'm going to school, I answered respectfully. She possessed dignity even in her poor look.
I have been watching you for some time. Didn't your parents come to see you off?
I don't live here. I had to change trains. Anyway, I can travel alone.
I am sure you can. Tell me, what is your name?
Arun.
And how long do you have to wait for your train?
About an hour, I think. It comes at 12 o'clock.
Then come with me and have something to eat.
I hesitated to refuse due to shyness, but she took me by the hand and instructs a coolie to look after my suitcase. She must have been over 30, but neither young nor old. As I was hungry, I ate tea, samosas, and jalebis at the station dining room. Since the food strengthened the bond between us, I began to talk freely. We both didn't share our personal lives. We just spoke about my schools, my friends, my likes, my dislikes. I accepted her for what she had been to me, a quiet, kind, and gentle woman who gave sweets to a lonely boy on a railway platform. After leaving the dining room, we walked back along the platform. An engine approached, and a boy leaped off the platform and ran across the rails. That woman clutched my arm, causing me pain and fear. She watched the boy climb the other platform, and when he disappeared, she relaxed her hold on my arm. She smiled reassuringly and pressed my hand. We walked together in silence until we reached the place where my school fellow Satish arrived with his mother.
Hello, Arun. The train's coming in late, as usual. Did you know we have a new headmaster this year?
We shook hands, and then he turned to his mother and said,
This is Arun. He is one of my friend and the best bowler in the class.
I am glad to know that,
said his mother, a large imposing woman who wore spectacles. She looked at the woman, who led my hand, and said,
And I suppose you are Arun's mother? Yes, I am Arun's mother.
I was unable to speak.
It's such a nuisance, having to wait for the train, right in the middle of the night. But one can't let the child wait here alone. Anything can happen to a boy at a big station like this. There are so many suspicious characters hanging about. These days one has to be very careful of strangers. Arun can travel alone though,
said the woman beside me, and somehow I felt grateful to her.
Well, be very careful, Arun. Be very careful. When your mother is not with you, and never talk to strangers.
I like strangers.
There you are, you see. If you don't watch over them all the time, they'll walk straight into trouble. Always listen to what your mother tells you. And never talk to strangers.
I glared resentfully at her and moved closer to a befriended woman. The station bell clanged and people squatted. Satish, on the footboard of a lighted compartment, shouted as the train slowed into the station, emitting steam waves.
Come on, Arun, this one's empty.
And I picked up my suitcase and made a dash for the open door. We sat at the open windows while two women stood outside on the platform, with Satish's mother primarily speaking.
No, don't jump on and off moving trains. as you did just now, and don't stick your heads out of the windows, and don't eat any rubbish on the way.
She allowed me to share her advice with Satish, who was likely not very capable, and she gave him fruits, bat, and chocolates. Also told him to share with me. I was smarting under the patronizing tone of Satish's mother. The guard walked up the platform, blowing his whistle for the train to leave. The woman smiled gently with understanding and I kissed her, expressing my understanding and compassion. The carriage jolted forward and she drew her hand away. I said, I was still gazing at the woman until she was lost in the milling crowd.
இது போன்ற பாட வீடியோக்களை மேலும் பார்க்க நம்ம ஃப்ரீ ஹேண்ட்ஸ் லேர்னிங் ஹப் சேனல்ல சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க. எங்க ஃப்ரீ ஹேண்ட்ஸ் சாஃப்ட்வேர் பை பண்றதுக்கு ஸ்கிரீன்ல தெரியிற இந்த நம்பருக்கு கால் பண்ணுங்க.